It's Toma time, guys. 2025 is upon us, and we have another year of UFC MMA to expect. Now, before you get all excited and get your hopes up and think about all the great moments we are going to have in 2025, I want to share with you my thoughts on what will really happen in the year of 2025. Not just because I want to spoil the party, but just because of how 2024 went down and what happened that you're not noticing whatsoever. Now, instead of just going on a rant based on what I see with my own eyes and the excitement level around me in the MMA community in 2024, I don't want to be called a casual, which I have been many times before, so I'm just going to keep it strictly factual. Let's bring out the facts of the horrible year of 2024. Statistically speaking, the UFC had the lowest finish rate out of any MMA organization in 2024 at 44.8%. In terms of the TKO percentage in the UFC in 2024, it was at 27.6%. That is the lowest TKO percentage since 2010. And before that, 1995. Now, I'm bringing out all of these facts as to what is happening in the UFC, why there are less finishes, why only one single UFC pre-fight press conference hit 1 million views, which was UFC 310 in 2024. And I'm saying all this, and there's a reason as to why, and I'll let you guys know exactly why. But first, let's look at the roster in 2021 and look at the roster in 2024. To do that, let's just quickly look at the champions. In 2021, the heavyweight champion was Francis Ngannou. Now we have John Jones. Light heavyweight, we had Glover Teixeira. Now we have Alex Pereira. Middleweight, we had Izzy. Now we have DDP. Welterweight, we had Usman. Now we have Bilal. Lightweight, we had Charles Oliveira in 2021. Now we have Islam Makhachev. Featherweight, we had Volk. Now we have Ilya. Bantamweight, we had Aljo. Now we have Merab. And flyweight, we had Moreno. Now we have Pantoja. Why is this relevant? Because in 2021, just as an example, we had 0 WrestleFuck champions. In 2024, we had 3. Now that might not sound like this drastic increase, but if I am correct in what I'm expecting in the years to come, by the end of 2025 and 2026, 2027, we will have 6 WrestleFuck UFC champions out of 8 divisions. They will take over this organization and ruin it. Now, how do I go from 3 to 6? Let's start with light heavyweight. There will be a WrestleFuck champion at light heavyweight very, very soon. Alex Pereira is probably at his very last year. And who will become champion? Magomed Ankalaev. Someone who will never ever make any pay-per-view numbers. But he is a good wrestler and all-around fighter and will win the belt. Now just imagine a world where Ankalaev is a light heavyweight champion. That division has just gone to shit because of that. Let's continue on. Middleweight, we have DDP. It's going to be Khamzat Chimaev. Simple as that, nothing else need to be said. Another WrestleFuck champion. Then you have featherweight. You have Ilia Topuria as the current champion. Guys, I wouldn't be surprised after watching Aljo versus Movsar Evloev if Movsar Evloev beats Ilia Topuria. What have we seen year after year now with these WrestleFuck people coming into the UFC? There is no style to beat them. Now, Ilia Topuria will be a great matchup for this style and may be able to stop it with his good wrestling and striking attacks. But if we're being honest, wrestling almost always wins. And if Ilia cannot stop the takedowns of Movsar, which he will not be able to, he will lose. And we will have Movsar Evloev as the featherweight champion. Imagine the UFC plans that will get ruined because of that. It will be massive. Say goodbye to Spain headliners. Say goodbye to a new UFC superstar in Ilia Topuria. Because what we've seen is, every time a new exciting knockout artist comes along, there is a WrestleFuck to stop them right away before they become a dominant champion. Just for example, Sean O'Malley getting beat by Merab. And now we have Merab as the champion fighting Umar. A total snooze fest coming up. Now with this style of fighters taking over the UFC, it is no surprise that in 2024, the UFC decision rate was 55.3%. Put that into perspective, that is the highest decision rate out of any year in UFC history. Just to add the cherry on top of all these stats I'm bringing you, there is no stats for how UFC pay-per-view events did in 2024. Why? Because they are not being released anymore. Why are they not being released anymore? Think with your own head. Dana White and the UFC used to always come out with the numbers, the pay-per-view numbers after the event was done. But in the year of 2024, they stopped releasing the pay-per-view numbers. And why? Because they are running out of UFC cash cows. Big pay-per-view headline fighters. Who do they have in 2024? Alex Pereira. Who else? You can't name them. You have Islam Makhachev headlining versus Arman Tsarukyan. Is there any hype behind that fight besides the way they fight? Besides them being good fighters? No. These fighters have zero mic skills, and that is why the UFC is going down the drain and why we will see a continued decline in 2025. Press conference views are going down. Knockouts are going down. Decision rates are going up. And you can sit here and say that I'm wrong, that decisions are so high, that knockouts are so low because of the new gloves. But that's not why, guys. It's been a decline. And why? Because there's been an increase in WrestleFucks. 2025 will be filled with mic moments such as this.
And now he start talk trash online, and then the real men don't doing this, you know. So, okay, it's a personal for me, yeah.
Whole world. When
What
Joe,
world, bro?
okay.
What the?
When you after your fart,
These fighters don't even speak English. They need Ali Abdelaziz to tweet for them because they don't know what to say. If what I'm saying holds true and the stats don't lie, the UFC is going to continue to decline in the year of 2025. These WrestleFucks are not going to stop entering the UFC. They're not going to stop taking over. Because if we're being honest, what is going to stop them? Strikers can't beat them. American wrestlers don't have the grit to beat them. They don't have the MMA IQ to beat them. It is a different breed over there. And with that being said, hold on tight, because 2025 is going to be another year of non-exciting pay-per-view events that just go by and go by without any hype behind them. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope that I'm wrong and the UFC will change in 2025.